Good morning, my dear friends. As we are walking together this road, this path today, I'm reminded of Matthew chapter 7 when Jesus teaches, enter God's kingdom through the narrow gate. The gate is large and the road is wide that leads to destruction. And the gate is small and the road is narrow that leads to life. Only few people get it. So let's go beside here and go through this narrow path today. Watch out where you walk. Jesus says, if you walk on this road over here or on the narrow gate, the difficult path. Watch out, Jesus says in verse 15, for the false prophet. For the false prophets, watch out. Jesus says they are pretending to be sheep, but actually from the inside they are hungry wolves. You can tell it really by what they do. Okay? Do people pick grapes from bushes? Do they pick figs from thorns? Look at the thorns here. No. In the same way, every good tree bears good fruit, but the bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree can't bear bad fruit, and a bad tree can't bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down, Jesus says. It is thrown into the fire. You can tell by its fruit what tree it is. Look at those trees here around. You can tell it by the fruit they bear what type of trees they are. Not everyone who says to me, Jesus says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only those who do what the Father in heaven says. Only those will enter the kingdom of heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name? Didn't we drive out demons in your name? Didn't we do many miracles in your name? I will tell them clearly, Jesus says, I never knew you. Get away from me, you who do evil. It goes on in chapter 9 about how to build a house. This place here, Murray Hills, was built 100 years back by the British people. And look at the houses. Strong houses they built. Look at this. They're still standing 100 years, 80 years, 50 years later. And there are some other shabby buildings like this one here, which is built just a shed for a dog. Jesus talks on. He talks how to build a house in verse 24. Everyone who hears my words and puts them into practice is like a wise man. He builds his house on the rock. The rain comes down, the water rises, the winds blow and beat against that house, but it does not fall, because just like this, it is built on the rock. Look at this. It stands firm. Although it's built on a hill, it's built on a rock, even on the fittest in between the trees. But everyone who hears my words and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man. A foolish man. He builds his house on sand. The rain comes down, the water rises, the winds blow and beat against that house, and it falls with a loud crash. Just like this one here. It will not stand long. Jesus finished saying all these things. The crowds were amazed by it. Why were they amazed? I tell you. What does it say here in the Bible? The crowds were amazed at his teaching. He taught like a one who had authority. He did not speak like the teachers of the law. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees, they made many rules for people. The people couldn't keep them. They couldn't keep it themselves. They were just pretending to be good people, good Jewish people. Jesus hated them for it. Jesus didn't like their hypocrisy. So it says here, Jesus didn't teach like them. He taught truthfully, and he kept it. He also did what he taught. Just like the Bible says, don't just pretend, okay? Don't just talk about things for others to do and you don't do it yourself. But teach with authority. And the same for you. Watch my life too.